during that entire ordeal with Bella and them. I would love that proof or anything like that. I don't mind waiting for that. So
I'll happily look for it. I mean, it's not something I'll be able to pull up straight away. Can I ask you then, are you saying that didn't happen?
yes, I am bluntly saying that did not happen. I am fundamentally disagreeing with that.
I don't want to name the person, but your co-host, who you co-host all the time with, your closest co-host, you don't recall a time where they specifically said that they don't want that man? And I think they literally said, I don't want that man to give me gifts. You were in that live.
If you were referring to the person who I think you're referring to, I'll just say L. Then yeah, I do remember that happening. And I'm pretty sure that he didn't send her any gifts, just like he didn't send me any gifts. So I'm not sure why I'm being lumped into the entire ordeal with Love Fixes, when I can remember correctly that obviously we didn't actively engage with him. So I'm not sure how I'm a part of that conversation itself. But I don't know where you got the proof that I got money from him.
Sure. When you say you had nothing to do with that man, are you saying that you didn't have Love Fixes in your comments pretty regularly, that you guys were joking and talking to Love Fixes while you guys were on the panel? Are you saying that didn't happen?
Oh, no, of course, that did happen after the fact. As a matter of fact, I even admitted in my live just a few minutes ago, that last month he did send me like $15 worth of gifts. But outside of that factor, when that entire thing happened, that did not happen. So once again, where's your proof regarding that?
Yeah, I'll happily look for it. That's not going to be something I'm able to find very quickly. But I mean, I'll happily, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to find it.
This is real quick. This is the wording that I was talking about.
$1,000 payment. I don't know what Geek and Art were getting, but I could definitely show you large sums of a person that they knew was hunting a Tina and that they knew was a white supremacist. And as a result of all of this happening, Bella left before she was called out.
Like, are we acting as if someone receiving gifts is the same as someone receiving an actual?
This really seems disingenuous. What you just played is exactly verbatim what I claimed I said. Or what is it you claim, Tabby? I've got an issue whatsoever. Played is verbatim what I claimed was said. It's verbatim what I claimed was said. That's not a gotcha. You just proved that my memory of what I said was accurate, Tabby.
I didn't say that you didn't say gifts. I'm saying you're saying that she's receiving it as if it was to literally be the same level as Bella receiving money to go after you.
I mean, you can take it like that. I mean, I was very clear to say one was a payment, and I said the other was gifts. I'm not sure how to in any way make I'm not saying if they're equal or not. One person got 10 grand, so of course it's not equal. I mean, I don't really know how to.
Then why?
Not your
Weird
place.
behavior.
Addressing stuff that's not your place. Like,
Well,
that's
it was at the time, given the fact
it's
that
not
that man,
though. Address the white people that's
also,
doing it. It's
how
not
do
your
you-
place to address
giving the
black
fact that
people
that man was spending $100,000 to find out who I
How
was.
do you control gifts you receive?
You can block a person, right?
Yeah, of course you can block a person. I just want to know, and regarding, because I like I said, I already admitted, I want to make my words very clear to anybody that's confused, even towards Irish, that I did receive gifts recently towards Love Fixes. First time seeing him in well over a year in my live, where he sent me gifts. I said, oh my gosh, not this man coming back. He sent me gifts, and then he was out of there. I was more focused on debating than on like exactly how much I was giving. But either way, that's not the point. The point is that you said specifically that I was receiving gifts during that time of that entire situation. And before Covey even addresses me, I guess I really want to know if you have any proof on that itself. If you don't, that's fine.
Have you receiving the gifts?
Yeah, regarding that entire situation.
I mean, I could probably find them by tomorrow.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to find them right now,
Real
right?
quick.
Okay.
Allie, it's not even about that.
I'm just going to go and pause the Tabby so I look for it, see if I have it.
Okay, anybody can receive gifts from anybody. Literally, Brash just said that man has like how many accounts? A lot of accounts. So even if you block that page, that doesn't mean he can't come back on another page and continue to gift people. So why are we sitting here blaming black people for getting gifts and putting that on the same level as a white woman actually being paid?
Yeah, I think my entire issue is that specifically I was just making it seem like I was accepting gifts from him regarding that entire situation. I do remember a person named Al. Once again, not that she's not involved in this conversation right now, but Elle receiving gifts that she herself did not ask for, explicitly stated that she did not want. Love Fixes, of course, at that time did not give a fuck, and he still sent gifts. We did address it later on regarding whose live that happened in. It wasn't mine, by the way, just to clarify. That was not my live where that happened in. But me personally, I was not in that box. I never received a gift from him when that entire ordeal was happening. I did recently receive gifts from him. Well, obviously, after that situation, it's been well over 2 years, or almost 2 years. So,
Confident he's still a white supremacist, right?
And I'm pretty confident people
to
can't
be
control
honest with
what
you, Iris,
gifts
I
they receive.
don't know anything about that. When that entire situation happened, you were saying it was a lot of he said things. You were saying things. He was saying things. I remember distinctly that I was more like, leave me the fuck alone. So, yeah, me and Elle that were a part of that conversation, we weren't really even actively engaging about whether or not he was an active white supremacy. So, yeah, I'm not sure what that really has to do with, once again, me accepting gifts. Not that I can reject it, but
Tabby, if you have no issue with that, you have no issue with that. I do. And you can have a different, set of
Can't
boots for
have an
yourself.
issue with
You
a
can have a
black
different
person
set.
getting gifts. Like
I said it was more than that, Tabby. Tabby, I'll be really
The fact
clear.
that she
Love
got
Fixes
gifts.
is someone who is a dangerous person who is tormenting people for an extended period of time. There was this time when he was going into Allie's lives, not once, not twice, but multiple times, and that the people on the panel were fucking with him. They weren't in there, except for the one person who was calling him out. They weren't in there saying, stop doing what you're doing. You shouldn't be doing what you're doing. They were happily receiving gifts. And they allowed that person to, have that space in order to be able to talk to people, connect with people, talk into comments. And if you think that that's okay, then you think that's okay. I'm going to have
Can I
a
ask,
different
did you
set of
ever
morals
receive
than you
gifts
do,
from
Tabby.
him? Did you ever receive gifts from him?
No, not that I recall. No.
Not that you recall, but did he ever send you a gift?
yeah.
I literally don't recall ever receiving a gift. I would say no. I don't remember ever getting anything. Why would I? This is the same man who paid $3,500 to kick me from a panel one time.
I would rather I've been quiet this whole time because I've been letting y'all address these issues. One thing I wanted to say was I'm not too sure about Ali, but after Love Fixes was exposed, I do know that Meadow and Art were buddy with him. I just wanted to say that he was on their panels. I do remember very well that they fully knew that this person was a white supremacist. And they did allow him up on the panels, and I don't have the screenshot now, but I remember the last time when I went on the panel and was pissed off and dropped and never came back to any of these areas anymore was after they joked about so what if he gave them money or gifts. So I do remember Meadow and Art specifically kikiing with him, knowing full well the harm that man had caused. So I just wanted to clarify about that particular point, but not any other point, because I just want to allow y'all the space to...
Yeah, so
By the way, this guy, to just clarify, this guy has said that he has wanted my head on a stake and has actively targeted Black people. Was on a live where he did call Black people gray. They hosted a live where they had my face on the background and did call me a darkie and a dishwasher.
wait,
And
who?
they were, Illest and Love Fixes and his friend Albanian Nationalist. All these different people were on that live where they were referring to me as a darkie and a dishwasher. They were referring to other black people and other black women as gray colored. And Love Fixes himself did say that he wanted my head on a stake. They did threaten to send 20 Croatian nationalists to hunt me down, and were coming after other black people as well. And after they were exposed on all of this, including Love Fixes, Meadow and Art did still choose to kiki and hang out with him and said they don't give a shit that he was doing all these things. So just wanted to clarify that part.
Yeah, if I can remember correctly, all I know for sure, because I kind of remember that phase of TikTok debates. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was all to spite Irish, because Irish and obviously they can speak for themselves. Maddie can, Irish and Maddie had a falling out, so at that point they were like, "Fuck it, gloves off." I don't really give a damn at that point, but yeah. Either way, if Irish doesn't have any, unfortunately doesn't have any proof of me accepting gifts as of that entire situation, that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. I just don't know why I was mentioned in that regards. I thought that was a little weird. But yeah, I don't mind addressing anything you had to say towards me, Covey.
Because you did. You did accept gifts from that person. You let him in your space. And I said 2 allegations that everyone had an issue with. One was that you received gifts, and the other one that Art received gifts. And Atina just literally validated 50%.
I didn't say about Art.
Can I
So
please
I
finish?
really
Can
don't
I?
like when
Sorry,
people
I'm
put
so
words in my
sorry.
mouth.
I'm just going to finish. Sorry. And I just want to be clear. Tina has just
Everybody else
validated.
this whole time.
I've not cut a single person off this entire time. Please
A
don't gaslight me.
lie.
I will finish the statement.
You are a liar.
I made the allegation that 2 people received gifts, Ali and Art, and Atina just confirmed 50% of my allegation.
Yes.
Respectfully, if that doesn't matter to anyone in here, this seems a little bit less focused on the truth and what actually matters, in my opinion.
Yes,
That is a weird cop out, and just to specify,
Allie, 1 second. I brought up particularly the alley part. I never brought up the aspect in regards to Art. Okay? Because I'm like, why are we putting that on the same level as someone directly receiving money to their Cash App? Like you said, $10,000. Why are we sitting here acting as if someone receiving a gift is on the same level as that? Because you cannot control who gives you. I have 23, right? Or whatever this is right now. But I don't know who gifted me that. It could have been a white supremacist. It could have been literally anybody. You do not have control over who does that.
Right. On top of that, Ali
So-
already said that it was not her live, so she does not have control over blocking the people out. And it's just, again, weird to me, like,
We're turning
number
off, yes.
watching people who gift them people, that's weird. And then, like, again, whatever Athena confirmed is Athena business, but Athena's black, and so is the people that you named accepting gifts from a so-called white supremacist. That's not your business. That's for the black community to address, and this is exactly my point. Like, that is none of your business. Address the white people who are receiving 10 grand from white supremacists. I don't know about nobody else, but not only does TikTok take money out of the gifts I receive, but so does my agency. Don't nobody want that chump change?
To clarify, I didn't. To clarify, I didn't. I was specifically talking about Art and Meadow, and not necessarily you, Ali. I think maybe this might be best if Irish brings up the receipts, and then a live is hosted, and everything
Yeah, as long as it's not his live.
can be addressed one by one.
I don't mind
I'm
that either.
happy-
Just to specify before Irish, I guess, speaks. Once again, if I guess received gift from Love Fixes during that 2023 era, that has nothing to do with me regarding accepting anything. If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember anything from there. I am going to be very specific with my words right now, y'all. So listen very carefully, because I don't like when people put words in my mouth. I had made it clear that I have received gifts from him recently, as of 2025, possibly just last month, maybe $15 within gifts, okay? During that entire ordeal, 2 years ago, yes, y'all, 2 years ago, I don't remember receiving anything from him, nor do I remember accepting anything from him. As a matter of fact, the multiple times that he has come in my live, especially back then, I was muting and I was blocking. Because I did believe Irish when he was saying that he was somewhat dangerous. Okay? So I don't like the fact that you guys are, I just want to clarify, it's really weird that there's no proof of this. I would rather you guys not bring me up in that conversation, particularly if you're not able to prove it. That's their.
Oh, I'm going to bring you up because it did happen, and I just want to be clear. You did just admit then he was in your live multiple times, because when you said he had multiple accounts, no, he did not. He had one account, and so I want to be clear. You did just say he was in your live. I just want to be clear.
Don't do that.
I'm still talking. I just want to be clear. You did say he was in your live multiple times, correct?
Where I had to mute or block him. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, if you have any evidence of you muting or blocking him, that'd be great.
Which means he was in the live multiple times because he had multiple accounts.
Yeah, that really. So I remember
That's literally
blocking.
what she's saying.
Yeah, he had multiple accounts, Iris, and I remember you knew that because when we were actively engaging with each other, you were literally telling me, I guess telling other people to make sure I continue to block him because he had multiple. Like, I don't know why you're now suddenly like, well, he didn't. He did. He was literally harassing multiple people at that time. And unfortunately, I got included with it because he somehow found my Discord. I know you remember this.
I mean, if you're worried
still
about him
trying to
finding your Discord, I'm just confused why it is you were paneling with the woman who received $10,000 to work with the white supremacist. It just feels a little disingenuous. I'm a little
yes.
confused.
I gotcha. So, Iris, I think you yourself can admit that everything that you have is speculation in regarding quote unquote proof. We addressed this back then, Iris. This is one of the reasons why we had a falling out, because I told you bluntly, and I'll tell you right now, and I'm sure you can really go back and listen to my messages, because I still have them, by the way, about how you didn't prove anything, right? You didn't show enough evidence, and you got upset. You said never to talk to you again. Do you not remember that entire conversation? I bluntly cut you out and said, I don't think you showed enough. I don't think you showed any proof of Bella actually having any 10K. I don't understand why you're saying that. When we had that conversation, that was one of the reasons why I guess you cut me off.
So let me ask you a question. Do you remember when Bella went live to show proof? I'm pretty confident I remember you in that live. And Bella was asked to show her messages with love fixes. Or let me rephrase that. Bella was asked to show her messages with someone, and she very quickly, readily went to show those messages. And then when she was asked to show the messages with love fixes, do you remember how she said she can't do that?
If I am remembering correctly, Iris, to respond to you in a good faith manner, I remember her not being able to show it. And I mean, Bella is technically someone, she could technically come up here herself, but I think
she's welcome.
Yeah, I think she technically said that she blocked them, which is why she can't show them. It was, I guess, some type of cop-out excuse. But I wasn't actively in that live because I was actually in yours most first of all, to be fair. So, yeah. Well,
you seem to remember it. So I just want to be clear. Allie, you are paneling with someone who did receive money from white supremacists in order to harass
once again,
someone who was speaking up to try to call him out. And so, Allie, that happened.
Down on me not believing you, and I'll say it again, and I said it before. I still stand 10 toes down on not believing you, simply based off you not having enough evidence. To this day, you still haven't. You did. All you had proof was of love fixing, saying, "quote unquote," yeah. I mean, I did send her money. But at that time,
yeah, God forbid, like that's not proof, right?
That is quite really not proof, love fixes. Because he was quite wait, hold on, love Iris. This is really weird for you to say that it's proof because love fixes, quote unquote, admitted it when he was going around and like lying about everybody. He was lying about you, sir. That's weird. Sure. That's not proof, and you know it's not proof. What the fuck?
Listen, if Bella wants me to do this all over again and wants me to share everything that she did and to establish that she is a white supremacist, and then to show, and then you're the one who had no problem having a white supremacist. You're the one who had a white supremacist. Listen, this feels really phony. You're the one who was friendly with a white supremacist, allowing them in your lives regularly and allowing them to gift you and the panelists because the money that Art received was in your live. I'm pretty confident it was in your live that Art was receiving that money.
Prove it. What? No, I don't care about that. Right now, you said that Bella is a white supremacist. At that point,
I said she worked with a white supremacist. I didn't call her a white supremacist. But hey,
prove it.
You can infer.
So this is literally just because can you even prove that he was like gifting? Like, do you have the evidence that he had 10K, sent the 10K, sent the 10K to her? But I'm be honest, I don't care about Bella. My main thing in regards to it is like you're trying to you're trying to watch the kind of gifts that who is sending who gifts. You can't control who's receiving your gift, who's giving you gifts.
Atina, did you get gifts from Love Fixes? Because I'm pretty confident you can by just blocking the person. I know he wasn't in my space
no.
because I blocked the person.
Are we not acknowledging this person has multiple accounts?
At that time, I do not recall them having. What I remember is they had to redo their account, meaning they replaced their account.
With another account?
Yeah, or they renamed it. I can't remember it exactly. It's been a while, right?
So
let's-
you can't
but let
remember.
me-
You
let
can't
me-
remember
let me
if
be
this,
clear.
wait. You can't remember if this person has multiple accounts, but you can remember every person he gift.
Oh, I remember that it was them, 100%, because I remember the people who work with white supremacists, Tabby, and I care about that.
So but you can't remember how many account. You can't remember if this white supremacist has multiple accounts.
I don't remember the time period in terms of how many accounts he had at that time.
Okay, so he could have possibly had multiple accounts at that time, because now you can't remember the time period in which when he had only one account, or that which he blocked that one account. He's not going to harass you, but he apparently was harassing Athena at that same time. But on probably multiple accounts. But he could have also had multiple accounts to continue